Hello and welcome to It's Not Your Parents' Basement, Denver Metro's only first-time homebuyer show. My name's Olivia Kunovicius.
I'm Christian Durland.
Thanks so much for being with us today. Today our topic is 203k loans, commonly referred to as the renovation loan. So I know we work with buyers all the time that can potentially obtain a mortgage, but then they don't know how to obtain the funds needed to renovate the house that they want to buy, and they wonder if they can do this. So
Right.
Can they? Is there a product that exists that...
Yes. So, as you said, it's called the 203k. It's an FHA loan. And basically it's pretty simple. We all know you can get a mortgage to purchase a home,
Right.
but with this particular mortgage, you get the money to not only purchase the home, but to remodel the home if you want to or need to.
Okay.
So it's a great loan for homes that are in bad shape, foreclosures that haven't been taken care of. And sometimes the loan, you actually have to get it,
Right.
because you wouldn't be able to get a mortgage if the home isn't in good enough shape. So
Exactly. For example, on a HUD home, HUD won't
Right.
do any repairs, so your only option is to get a 203k
Right.
to do those repairs that are essential. But even, for example, on an estate sale, where let's say it was a grandparent's home and it's in great shape, but it's just really dated,
right,
you can also use a 203k to renovate.
right, for cosmetic reasons. So
Now, is it true that there's two types of loans?
there's two types of 203k loans. The most common type, or the most utilized, is called the Streamline, and it will give you up to $35,000 for repairs and such. So the other one is called the full 203k, and that's not used very often. And there's really, technically, there's no cap on that. It's a specific calculation related to your income and the purchase price and what needs to be done. But it's not utilized very much, and especially not utilized very much for first-time home buyers, because first-time home buyers just really don't have the capacity to jump into some huge remodeling project. We really use the full 203k more on refinances than anything.
Right.
But the Streamline is what we'll be talking about today mostly. And again, that's $35,000 that you're given to remodel.
Okay. So you might wonder where we're standing.
Yeah, we're actually standing in one of your rental units.
Right. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
I actually did a 203k.
Right.
I was able to find a duplex that I could qualify to buy. I had the down payment money, but it was in really rough shape, and I did not have the money to pull off the renovation. So I did a 203k.
Right.
I did the Streamline, so I utilized $35,000. You can see I actually did new countertops, new kitchen, new appliances. And for example, like you mentioned, there's actually certain things when the appraiser comes through, he'll tell you you have to do these items per health and safety, per HUD guidelines. So for example, I had to do new windows, I had to update the electrical, I had water flowing into the house versus away from the house, so I had to replace all the concrete on the exterior. So that actually cost me about $15,000 in repairs that I had to do. The rest of the $20,000 I could use for cosmetics. So for example, that's where I got my countertops done, my kitchen, my flooring, all of that.
Right. And that's an important thing to remember. Again, she didn't have to do these countertops. There were countertops in here, but they were extremely dated. So yeah, you again, the money, the first part of the money is earmarked. You have no choice. You must do the things, the appraiser documents that need to be done to get the mortgage, and then anything above and beyond is your choice. Now, there are some limitations. You can't put in a pool or
Right.
things like that. And the only other reason why sometimes we end up going to a full 203k, even if we don't need more than $35,000, is major foundation issues. So you didn't have any of that going on
No.
either. So the Streamline will not take care of major foundation issues if that has to be taken care of. So that's the only other difference.
And this is just a really great loan product. A lot of people don't utilize this. A lot of people don't even know it exists. But I know in my case, I wouldn't have been able to buy this property because aside from my down payment, I didn't have 35 grand just sitting in savings to renovate a house. And I know there's lots of first-time buyers that are interested in buying a foreclosure property, a HUD home, but they walk in and they're totally overwhelmed because there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So this is a slam dunk for a lot of buyers.
The other reason here locally in Denver why it's a great loan to consider is because the market's so competitive. So if you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking, say, $200,000, $250,000, and you're putting in offers, but you're getting beat out by others that that don't need their closing costs paid or don't need down payment assistance or for various reasons, well, maybe you should look in the lower price bracket, you know, homes that are priced lower because they're not in good shape, like 150, 175, that nobody's really competing over, and then get the 203k to get the home the way you like it or the way you want it.
Exactly, because what we always tell people, the chances are really low you're just going to walk into your dream home one day and everything's going to be exactly the way you want it. Chances are much higher that you can find a home that you can turn into your dream home, and using a 203k allows you to do that.
And another reason with the competitive market, I mean, you can get a 203k for $2,000. I mean, if you want to replace a water heater or you know, something like that that you just aren't going to have the money for, don't want to you know, spend it after closing, you know, again, it's a great option. So it's, you don't have to get the $35,000. I've done 203k loans for as little as $1,500. So I mean, you know, it's a great option. And
you know, and even I had a buyer, and honestly, the house was in great shape. She just didn't like the kitchen. She didn't like the cabinets and the countertops. She did a 203k, spent about $5,000, updated it the way she wanted, and she didn't have any of the HUD guidelines or safety requirements to deal with because everything was fine.
Right.
So we hope this has given you some great information today about a specific loan product that you probably didn't know about.
Right. So until next time, download our ebook up here, The Yellow Brick Road to Home Ownership. Leave a comment below. Ask us any questions related to this video or any other situation or topic that you might have. And until next time,
always remember,
never forget your first time.
Thanks.
Bye.